Alright, because of how cold it is, and the wind chill and everything, I'm gonna move the car inside, so...
Never ever find the right words, and there's no way this is real life. There's no telling you're the right girl, so I can only say that it feels right. It feels right, it feels right, yeah. I can only say that it feels right. It feels right, it feels right, yeah. I can only say that it feels right.
Oh, sorry guys, the camera died, so I had to charge it and I just continued taking off the bumper, but I wish you guys saw that. I totally just fell over popping this side off. But yeah, it's pretty easy. Just a bunch of screws on the bottom, those devil clips on the side. Here, I'll show you. These, which are the worst. And then you just pull from the sides and it'll pop right off. But if you didn't do what I did, which a lot of you guys are commenting on, yes, I have the middle bar missing, and that's because I got in a hit and run accident. Someone hit me and they didn't get caught, so now I just cut that part out because it was totally damaged. I'll put a picture of it here right now. You would normally take this piece off too, and it would be connected here.
Going with the gut, never had a doubt, felt like this is just a must. Put me in perspective, I'm the deepest in the cut. Everybody tuning in, but this is just for us now. We know I ain't ballin' yet, hoes wanna holler, oh no, I don't call them back. Girl, let me see you hold it down, we gon' have a blast. Cause I just wanna know what you gonna do with all of that. Ain't gotta say a word, I know what's up.
Alright, so here's the bottom half of the intake. It's just basically a 45-degree pipe that goes from down there into this converter for a for the throttle body sensor, intake sensor, and then MAF, I guess MAF, and then just a couple more pipes into the original stock rubber housing for the original box. The intake itself is actually decently clean. I'm going to take off the hydro shield that's on it right now and check out how dirty it is. It was originally red, so we'll see if it's a different color or still red or whatnot. I would recommend getting a hydro shield if you're going to have a conical intake filter like this, because water can get up in there, and then obviously you don't want to hydrolock your engine. But yeah, those are definitely worth it, so.
Watch me whip it up, I'll admit it, you got me feeling hella loved. Even when it's going down, know that we gon' live it up. Young shot caller, always been a baller, know that you don't.
So this filter is incredibly clean. Man, it's been on the car for at least, I don't know, at least a year with this filter. Oh, sorry, with the hydro shield. And this thing has probably saved me a million times because this filter is in the wheel well here, and I know very often this thing, the water splashes up into there, so having this is definitely worth it. So
I can feel it in my heart, yeah, I won't stop charging me, go and come harder. I can see you and I, way beyond the stars, girl. I can never ever find the right words, and there's no way this is real life. There's no telling you're the right girl.
So I went ahead and tightened all the other clamps down, and then I'm going to go ahead and figure out my horn situation and figure out the wiring that I need to do for that. The horns, see the problem is the battery's over here. The horns, the stock horns, are way down there on the left side, or the right side if you're in the driver's seat. And the loom thinks, for most cars, the horns are on the same side that the battery's on. So the loom is built so that it doesn't have to go that far from the battery to the stock horns to the new horns. But my problem is my horns are all the way over there, so I have to extend the wires, and so that's my next goal, to try and figure that out before I have to put this bumper back on. So here's my problem, guys. So I've got the power here, the ground is here, the let's see, horn connection 1 here and horn connection 2, which is really weird. It's freaking long. There's horn connection 2. And then the power, oh sorry, not the power, the connection to the original horns is here, which actually has the wrong ends on it. So I did buy a thing full of different electrical endings and connectors. So that should work out. I just have to extend these wires and these wires to be able to get to the original horn and one of the new horns, and then this also to the new horn, which is already long enough. So I have to go to the hardware store and get some of those cables and zip ties and a couple other things to complete this. So
I can only say that it feels right. It feels right. It feels right. It feels right.
alright, so here's the problem that I encountered the first time I did this. This is technically the plug that goes into the factory horns. These two horns right there. Low horn and a high horn. I don't know which one's which, but that's what they are. I got the loom down here with the wires here, and I got a whole thing of different connectors, but of course none of them work. So the first time I did this with the loom before I modified it, I stretched the loom as far as I could, which, you know, isn't safe for if I was to keep it that way. But I connected it to one of the plugs, terminals that goes into one of the horns. I think it was the high horn here, and it actually worked last time. So I'm going to try that again and see how that goes. And if it works, then it works great. Then if it doesn't, then I have to connect directly into the factory plug. So
I can only say that it feels right. It feels right. It feels right. It feels
alright, so I took the horns off just so I can have easier access to plugging them in and unplugging them and so on if I need to move stuff around. But I'll show you guys how I mounted them here in a bit. I am planning on eventually repainting or getting new screws that won't rust, and then also repainting the red on this, because the Texas sun has certainly beat the absolute crap out of the color. And when I do that, I'm also going to be repainting my brakes, so I'll do all that red painting crap together at once. So yeah, well, I'll keep working on getting this set up and make sure it works, and then if it works, then we're good to go. Alright, moment of truth for if I plugged everything in right and wired it correctly. Huh. I can't tell. Alright, so I figured out I just had like the positive and negative switched on the terminal over there. So I'll honk it just so you guys can hear it once, but it is incredibly loud. So, yeah. Oh, gosh. Alright guys, so the horns are in, completely installed now, and I ended up moving the wires sort of underneath the intake here. And I know it's kind of hard to see because there's not very good light here, but it's underneath there, and it runs under there, under this, down into the wire, or into the horns there, and then the rest of the wires that have to go to the stock horns run down here into the stock horns. I wrapped everything in electrical tape, even the ends there for the plugs that go into the new horns. And so that's all buttoned up. I put the bumper back on, and now I'm done with the front end for now. I even cleaned the headlights a little bit. Not sure if you can really tell how much cleaner they are, but the car is just nasty. That's all dirt and crap.